Hi, I'm Mel from the Recreators. In this video, I'll be showing you step by step how to make your very own Kiwi toy. These are the fabric cutouts you will need: a beak filler, a beak, 2 legs, leg fillers, tummy, 2 body sides and a base. First thing we'll start on is the legs. So you want to grab a leg filler and start rolling it up tightly. Wrap the leg around the leg filler. You can choose to pin it down to keep the 2 pieces of fabric together while you sew, or just hold it in place. You'll start from sewing from the claw end with a couple of repeated overstitches, and then start wrapping the thread around the leg and add an overstitch after every single wrap. Do this firmly and repeat on the other leg. Make sure you finish it off with a couple of overstitches and secure with a knot. The next step is to do the same thing but with the beak. So you want to take the beak filler and roll it up and sandwich it inside the beak. Here you can again choose to pin the beak closed if that will help with sewing. You'll be overstitching again, but this time you won't be wrapping thread around the beak to create a textured effect. You will overstitch from the tip of the beak to the bottom. Now that you have completed your kiwi legs, you want to lay them over your tummy with legs facing upside down so you can see the overstitch of the legs. Match the top of the legs to the notches on the tummy and sandwich the base over top. Pin the 3 parts together and do a small running stitch along the straight edge, making sure to add extra stitches over the legs to secure them in place. Now you will sew a button onto each body side in the center of the head. Place the body sides together, right sides facing each other, which means buttons should be sandwiched inside. Pin them together and start doing a running stitch from the bottom of the back. If you have gotten used to doing the running stitch and know how to control the gap of your stitches, you can try this method where you weave the needle through the fabric a few times evenly, and when you pull the thread, it will reveal a row of stitches. This will make sewing up your Kiwi toy faster, as long as you keep your stitches small and close together. So you want to continue sewing up towards the curved neck, around the head, and stop just before the beak. Place the beak inside with the overstitch of the beak facing closest to you. Pin in place if you need to. Continue doing a running stitch over the beak and make sure to go over the beak filler as well, otherwise the beak will be floppy. Align the bottom edge of the body side to the bottom edge of the tummy, with legs hiding inside the kiwi body. Pin the pieces together as shown. You will need to start sewing from the bottom of the tummy up towards the beak. When you have reached the beak, you want to make sure that the chin is securely attached to the beak before sewing back down to the other side of the tummy. Once you have reached the bottom of the tummy again, you will pivot and continue sewing the body sides and base together. Stop sewing when you've reached the center of the back. The remaining gap will be the stuffing opening. Remove all pins and flip the kiwi right sides out. Use all the soft stuffing first. Then once you've filled the kiwi up, you will add the fabric scraps last. These fabric scraps will give the kiwi weight to help it sit up right. Once you have finished stuffing, you will need to tuck in a little bit of the body and base edges inside and pin them together. Now we will be closing the kiwi toy neatly with an invisible stitch, also known as a ladder stitch, to close the gap. So take a look at how I'm doing the invisible stitch. First, I go across the body side edge with one stitch, Then cross over and do one stitch along the base edge. I keep going back and forth with one stitch between the two parts until I'm done. And make sure to finish it off with a secure knot. Congratulations, you've finished making your Kiwi toy. Now all is left is to give it a name and display it proudly. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.